Hi, I'm Palmer. 3 weeks ago, I became a mother to the most beautiful baby girl in the world, Emma. For 28 years, I thought I knew my father. Thought he was the kind of man who'd protect his family no matter what. Turns out, I didn't know him at all. Palmer, you look exhausted, my husband Jake said, walking into our living room where I was rocking Emma. Did she sleep at all last night? Maybe 2 hours total, I admitted, feeling the weight of sleepless nights. But I don't mind, she's worth every minute. You need rest. Maybe we should call your dad, see if he wants to visit this weekend? Before I could answer, my phone rang. Dad's name flashed on the screen. Speaking of the devil, I said, answering. Hey, Dad. Palmer, how's my granddaughter? She's perfect, growing already. Listen, I've been thinking. Madison is dying to spend time with Emma. Let her babysit this Saturday. Give you and Jake a break. My stomach dropped. Madison? Dad, she's only 19 and she's never even held a baby before. So, she's got to learn sometime. Besides, she's family. Dad, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not comfortable with that yet. Emma's still so tiny and... You're being ridiculous, Palmer. Madison's responsible. I almost laughed. Dad, Madison got fired from her last 2 jobs for not showing up. She crashed Vanessa's car texting and driving. She's not responsible. That's different. This is family. She'd never let anything happen to Emma. The answer is no, Dad. When Emma's older, maybe, but not now. You're being selfish. Madison looks up to you. This would mean everything to her. Then she can come visit while Jake or I are here, but I'm not leaving my 3-week-old baby with someone who can't even keep a part-time job. The line went silent for a moment. We're coming over. Right now. We need to discuss this in person. Dad, there's nothing to discuss. He hung up. Jake looked at me, concerned. What was that about? He wants Madison to babysit Emma, alone. Can you believe that? Madison? The girl who forgot to feed their dog for 2 days last month? Exactly. I said no, and now he's coming over here to argue about it. 30 minutes later, the doorbell rang. I opened it to find Dad, his wife Vanessa, and Madison standing there. Dad pushed past me without a greeting. We need to talk about your attitude, Palmer, he said, his face already red. My attitude? Dad, I'm protecting my daughter. Madison jumped in, her voice whiny. Why don't you trust me, Palmer? I'm not a kid anymore. Madison, this isn't about trust. It's about experience. You've never taken care of a baby. Vanessa placed a hand on my arm. Palmer, honey, maybe you're being a bit overprotective. First-time mom nerves, you know? I pulled my arm away. This isn't nerves, this is common sense. Enough! Dad's voice made Emma startle in Jake's arms. Madison is watching Emma this Saturday, and that's final. Excuse me? I stared at him in disbelief. You don't get to make that decision. She's my daughter. I'm your father, and I'm telling you what's best for this family. Best for this family? Or best for Madison's feelings? His face went purple. How dare you speak to me like that, after everything I've done for you? Done for me? Dad, I'm a grown woman with my own family now. You can't just order me around. He stepped closer, his finger pointing in my face. You ungrateful little... Sir, you need to back up, Jake said, stepping between us with Emma. Stay out of this! Dad shoved Jake's shoulder. Dad, stop! I grabbed his arm. That's when everything changed. He spun around and his hand connected with my cheek so hard I stumbled backward. The room went silent except for Emma's crying. Jake's voice was deadly quiet. Get out of my house, now! Palmer, I didn't mean... Dad started. You hit me, I said, my hand on my burning cheek. You actually hit me. Madison's eyes were wide. Dad, what the hell? She provoked me. She... Get out! Jake roared, holding Emma protectively. Before I call the police. Dad's expression shifted from anger to panic. Palmer, please, let me explain. There's nothing to explain. You hit your daughter because I wouldn't let your stepdaughter babysit. You chose her over me. That's not... It was an accident. Leave. Now. They left, Vanessa pulling Dad toward the door while Madison followed, looking back at me with something like horror in her eyes. After the door closed, Jake immediately said, "We're calling the police." Jake, no. He assaulted you, Palmer. In our home, in front of our daughter. This isn't okay. I touched my cheek again, feeling it swell. He was right. Nothing about this was okay. The police officer, a woman named Detective Martinez, sat across from me at our kitchen table the next morning. My cheek had darkened to a deep purple bruise. "Mrs. Palmer, can you walk me through exactly what happened?" I recounted everything while Jake held Emma. When I finished, Detective Martinez nodded slowly. "Your husband witnessed the entire incident?" "Every word," Jake confirmed. "He hit her because she refused to let his stepdaughter babysit our newborn. We'll need to document your injury. I'll also need to speak with anyone else who was present." "His wife Vanessa and stepdaughter Madison were both there," I said. My phone buzzed. Dad's name appeared with a text. "Please talk to me. It was a mistake. Let me explain." Detective Martinez saw my expression. "Is that him?" "Yeah, he's been texting since last night." "Don't respond. Save everything. It could be useful." After the detective left, my best friend Rachel came over. She took one look at my face and gasped. "Oh my God, Palmer. Jake texted me what happened, but seeing it, it's worse than it looks." I lied. "No, sweetie, it's exactly as bad as it looks. Your father hit you. Over babysitting? He wanted Madison to watch Emma alone. When I said no, he lost it." Rachel sat beside me. "Madison? The girl who got kicked out of community college for never showing up?" "That's the one." "And he hit you for protecting your baby?" "Apparently I was being ungrateful and selfish." Before I could say more, my phone rang. My Aunt Linda, Dad's sister. "Please tell me it's not true," Linda said when I answered. "Depends what you heard." "Your father called me crying, saying you're pressing charges over an accident. He said you two got into an argument and he accidentally bumped you." My jaw dropped. "Accidentally bumped me? Aunt Linda, he punched me in the face." "Palmer, that doesn't sound like your father." "I have a black eye and a police report. Jake witnessed everything. So did Vanessa and Madison." Linda went quiet. "He actually hit you?" "Because I wouldn't let Madison babysit Emma, a 3-week-old baby, alone, with no experience." That's completely unreasonable of him to expect." "Thank you. Someone sees reason." "But Palmer, he's your father. Pressing charges seems extreme." I felt anger rising. Extreme. He committed assault because I protected my child. What part of that deserves me backing down? He made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting my birthday. This was violence, Aunt Linda. He chose Madison's feelings over my safety. I understand you're upset, but family should forgive. No, I'm done with that excuse. Family doesn't mean accepting abuse. He's going to be devastated if this goes to court. He should have thought about that before he hit me. I have to go. I hung up, shaking. "She defended him?" Rachel asked. "Said I should forgive family. Like that erases what he did." Jake came back in. "Madison just called. She wants to come over and talk." "About what?" "She didn't say, but she sounded upset." An hour later, Madison sat in our living room looking smaller than usual. "I can't sleep," she started. "I keep seeing his hand hit you." "Madison, let me finish, please." She took a breath. "I never should have pushed about babysitting. I didn't realize how serious it was. I just wanted to feel included, you know? Like real family. Madison, what happened wasn't your fault. But it was about me. He hit you because of me. He hit me because he has anger issues and made a choice. That's on him. Are you really pressing charges?" "Yes." "Good," she said firmly. "He needs to face consequences. What he did was wrong." I blinked, surprised. "You're okay with that?" "Palmer, he assaulted you. In your own home. While you were holding your baby. There's no universe where that's acceptable." Rachel leaned forward. "Has he ever done anything like this before?" Madison hesitated. "Not hitting, but the anger, the controlling stuff? Yeah, Mom, Vanessa, she walks on eggshells around him. Always has." "Why didn't anyone say anything?" "Because he's good at making you think you're the problem. That you provoked him." That if you'd just done what he wanted, everything would be fine. Jake spoke up. Is Vanessa safe at home? I think so. He's never hit her. But the yelling, the intimidation, that's constant. Madison, would you be willing to give a statement to the police about his behavior? She nodded without hesitation. If it helps your case, absolutely. What he did to you was unforgivable. 2 weeks later, Detective Martinez called. Mr. Palmer wants to meet with you. Supervised at the station. He says he wants to apologize. I don't want his apology. I understand. But his lawyer is pushing for a reconciliation meeting. Says it might help reduce charges if you're willing to consider a settlement. What do you think? I think you should come, but not to reconcile. Come to make your position clear on record. Bring Jake. I'll be there. The meeting room at the police station felt sterile and cold. Dad sat across from me, his lawyer beside him. He looked terrible. Dark circles, wrinkled clothes. Palmer, he started, his voice cracking. Thank you for coming. Don't thank me. I'm here because the detective suggested it, not because I wanted to see you. His lawyer cleared his throat. Mr. Palmer would like to express his deep remorse for the incident. Incident? I interrupted. Say what it was. Assault. He assaulted me. Dad flinched. You're right. I assaulted you. I hit you. And I can't tell you how sorry I am. Okay, you've said it. Are we done? Palmer, please. I'm your father. I love you. What I did was inexcusable, but I'm begging you to consider... Consider what? Forgiveness? Dropping the charges? I was having a bad day. Work stress, financial problems. I snapped, and I know that's not an excuse, but... You're right. It's not an excuse. His lawyer jumped in. Mrs. Palmer, my client is willing to attend anger management, pay for any medical expenses, and... I don't want his money. Dad leaned forward. Then what do you want? Tell me how to fix this. You can't fix it. You hit me because I protected my daughter from an irresponsible teenager. You chose your stepdaughter's feelings over my face. That's not fair. Fair? My voice rose. You want to talk about fair? Is it fair that I can't look at my daughter without remembering my own father attacking me? Is it fair that Jake had to watch his wife get assaulted while holding our newborn? I never meant... You meant it enough to make contact. You meant it enough to hit me so hard I stumbled. Don't insult me by pretending it was some uncontrollable moment. Vanessa spoke up from the corner. I hadn't noticed her there. Palmer, he's been sick over this. He hasn't slept. He's barely eating. Good. He should suffer. I've been suffering. Every time Emma cries, I think about that moment. Every time someone comes to our door, I flinch. Dad's face crumpled. Please, sweetheart, I'll do anything. I'll never see Madison again if that's what you want. I'll move away. Just please forgive me. You'd abandon Madison to make me forgive you? That's your solution? No, I mean, I just want my daughter back. Then you shouldn't have hit her. I stood up. You want forgiveness? You want everything to go back to normal? It never will. You destroyed our relationship the moment your hand touched my face. Palmer, I'm begging you, and I'm telling you no. No forgiveness, no reconciliation, no second chances. His lawyer tried again. If you insist on pressing charges, Mr. Palmer could face jail time. Good. Dad stood suddenly, his chair scraping back. After everything I've done for you, I raised you, paid for your education, walked you down the aisle, and you threw it all away in one moment. That's on you, not me. You're being cruel. No, I'm being honest. You want me to protect your feelings after you wouldn't protect my safety? I made a mistake. You made a choice. Own it. He slammed his hand on the table, making everyone jump. I will not let you destroy my life over this. Detective Martinez stood. Mr. Palmer, I need you to calm down. She's my daughter. She's doing this to hurt me. No, I said quietly. I'm doing this to protect myself and my child. You did this to yourself. You'll regret this, he hissed, when you realize what you've done to this family. Is that a threat? Jake asked, standing beside me. It's a promise. You think you're hurting me? Wait until everyone knows what you've done. Sending your own father to jail. They'll see what kind of person you really are. Detective Martinez moved between us. Mr. Palmer, I strongly suggest you stop talking. No! She needs to hear this! You're tearing this family apart, Palmer! Once is enough, I said to his protests. His lawyer grabbed his arm. We're leaving, now! As they headed for the door, Dad turned back. This isn't over, Palmer. I'll fight this. I'll fight you. Then you'll lose, because I have the truth on my side. After they left, I collapsed into the chair, shaking. Detective Martinez sat across from me. What he just did, the threats, the intimidation, that helps your case. We recorded everything. Vanessa knocked on the door frame. Can I speak with Palmer alone? Once everyone left, Vanessa sat down. I'm leaving him. What? Seeing him threaten you just now. I can't pretend anymore. That's who he is. Madison and I are moving out this week. Vanessa, I'm testifying, Palmer, in court. About his anger, his control, all of it. The trial took 3 months. The courtroom felt enormous. Dad sat at the defense table, aged dramatically. The prosecutor, Miss Chen, was sharp. Mrs. Palmer, tell the court what happened March 15th. I recounted everything. When I described the hit, jury members winced. Why did you refuse to let Madison babysit? Emma was 3 weeks old. Madison had no experience and a history of irresponsibility. Basic parenting. Dad's lawyer cross-examined. Isn't it true you resented Madison? No. I just didn't want her alone with my newborn. Isn't this your way of punishing your father for remarrying? My father hit me. The bruising was photographed. Multiple witnesses. This is about accountability. Jake testified next. Madison followed. My stepdad has anger issues. He yells, intimidates. I pushed about babysitting, but never imagined he'd hit Palmer. Vanessa's testimony was devastating. In 8 years, I watched him control and intimidate. Seeing him strike Palmer, then threaten her, I realized I'd been enabling an abuser. Miss Chen's closing was powerful. Being a pillar of the community doesn't give you the right to assault your daughter. The defendant chose anger over his daughter's safety. Justice demands accountability. The jury deliberated 4 hours. Guilty. At sentencing, the judge was stern. Mr. Palmer, you assaulted your daughter in her home. When given opportunities for accountability, you chose intimidation. 18 months in county jail, 3 years probation, mandatory anger management, no contact with the victim. You'll pay restitution. Dad stood. Your Honor, please. I'm not finished. You violated the sacred trust between parent and child. These are the consequences. Outside, Rachel hugged me. It's over. Jake held Emma. How do you feel? Relieved, sad, grateful? Madison approached. Thank you for not backing down. Your testimony mattered. Vanessa joined us. I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner. You both stood up when it mattered. 3 months later, I watched Emma play in our backyard. Jake brought coffee. Thinking about the trial? About how Emma will never remember this. Someday I'll explain why she has a grandfather she's never met. What will you tell her? The truth. That I protected her. That saying no is powerful. That violence is never acceptable. My phone buzzed. Aunt Linda. I owe you an apology. I'm proud of you. As Emma giggled, I realized the weight had lifted. I'd stood up. I'd won. Not because I destroyed my father, but because I protected my daughter. Because I refused to teach Emma that family means accepting abuse. My father made his choice that night. I made mine. Looking at Emma's face, I knew I'd made the right one. What would you have done in Palmer's situation? Would you have pressed charges against a parent who hurt you? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true stories. Have you ever had to choose between family loyalty and your own safety? Let me know in the comments.